A spectacular match this has been, the ladies' final. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario looking for a huge upset here against Graf. She's won the first set. It's on serve in the second.
15 though.
She continues to win all the points when she gets that first serve in.
Well, again, just more demonstration of how versatile Sanchez Vicario is off that backhand side. And she disguises it well. Looks like it could have been an approach. Graf wasn't looking for the drop shot.
She certainly uses what she has to the extent that she mixes things up, and she has kept Graf totally off balance in this match.
Yeah, Graf is a player who really likes to get into a rhythm. And that's one of the reasons that Graf does have a difficult time playing against a player like Jana Novotná, who can mix it up with staying back and coming in, slicing and hitting topspin.
She's missed it. She was in the right position.
Yeah, here she is with an entirely open court, and just pushed it a little bit long. I think she really took her eye off the volley, and this is the first time that Sanchez Vicario has gone to deuce on her serve.
Another fine first serve.
Advantage with Sanchez Vicario.
Sanchez Vicario had been winning her service games with such ease. Only one time had she lost 2 points on her serve.
Yeah, that was a strange bounce, that one. Sort of ball stayed very low after the return. Back to juice. Well, this is the first break point opportunity that Graf has had in the match.
Advantage, Miss Graf.
And there weren't too many people in this stadium thought that it would be this long before this opportunity arose. And there it is. The crowd are getting what they wanted. They would like to see a tough three-setter here for the Ladies' Championship. Graf has broken for the first time in the match.
Miss Graf leads 3-1, second set.
Jane Tabor calls the score. It's 3-1. Can she go on with it from here?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The match has been in progress just 44 minutes.
Good smash and a good volley from Graf.
15-0.
And follows that the good smash with the wrong footing volley.
And she tracked down that angle volley. She was looking for the volley to the backhand side, Sanchez Vicario.
30-0.
Sanchez Vicario in the game she just got broken had a 40-15 lead. So we'll see if she is able to forget that.
40-15 lead and a forehand volley at 40-30
Right.
that just missed the baseline with Graf way out of court. Maybe the turning point, that one shot there. Matches turn around.
Big shot from Sanchez Vicario on the run here. And Sanchez Vicario absolutely loves to chase a ball, and she loves the forehand cross court. She hooks it. In fact, she has a harder time flattening that forehand out and taking it down the line.
Totally wrong-footed Graf then. Graf was heading over into that backhand corner because she likes to hit that forehand, even if they get it deep in there. That's where she got into trouble against Novotná. So good play. Tactically, Sanchez Vicario has played a brilliant match so far.
Saw that little statistic just now. Sanchez Vicario, her 22 titles, 13 have been won on clay.
Well, that's the first wild forehand we've seen.
But Sanchez Vicario has really changed her game since the early days when she really built it on the clay court surfaces. She's much more aggressive.
Game is gone.
So now it's Sanchez Vicario who's starting to miss a few forehands, and that allows confidently Heinz Gundhardt. Well, he's a little more relieved than he was after the first set. Heinz Gundhardt is the coach of Steffi Graf, and you just see both camps sort of nodding assurances to their Sanchez Vicario camp, saying, come on, when Arantxa looks up there. That was the first topspin backhand we'd seen in the match, and then a forehand error. It brings up 18 forehand errors for Graf.
Ace.
Quite remarkable that Sanchez Vicario has served 3 aces. Graf has yet to serve one.
That's a good play from Graf there. Big forehand and a terrifically played overhead smash. This one, Graf actually, I think the ball-body relationship was better. Graf tends to let the ball get too far behind her on the overhead smash. And she plays her serve that way. Graf tosses that ball very high, right up above her head.
Just missed it.
Sanchez Vicario got away with that point. Graf shaking her head. Steffi had a couple of opportunities to win that point and pass Arantxa at the net. Couldn't do it. Sanchez Vicario is the #1 doubles player in the world, and only one other player has been able to be ranked #1 in both singles and doubles at the same time. And that, of course, was Martina Navratilova back in '87. Now, that's the kind of shot that we've been really looking to see a lot of.
That's the kind of tennis we thought would happen in this match, but it was the errors on the forehand and the fact that Sanchez Vicario got a lot of first serves in. She's staying to miss on the first serve now, and it's allowing Graf to dominate off that second serve. So Sanchez Vicario again from a lead of 40-15 finds herself back at deuce.
And it's just sheer power that Graf has on that forehand, wrong footing Sanchez Vicario there. Smart shot from Graf here. I think Sanchez Vicario might have been looking for either a cross court or a lob, and Graf took the forehand back down the line.
Break point now. If Graf can execute here and convert this, then you should feel that the second set might be history with 2 service breaks. Again, a rare miss on the first serve, so you would think Graf would go after this one. And she forces a double fault there, knowing that she's going to get a forehand. She tried to go down the tee to the forehand. So Graf draws the double fault. It's the only double fault from Sanchez Vicario so far. And now it is 5 games to 1 to the #1 seed.
Got the line.
Boy, that just sprayed chalk everywhere, that forehand.
There goes the chalk outside of the line.
15 love. Now Graf is on a roll. And that forehand volley miss at 2-1 when she could, when Sanchez Vicario could have won that game there, looms as the turning point of this match right now.
Well, yesterday Graf was in trouble, losing the first set, down an early break in that second set before she turned things around.
Second set.
There's a winner from Sanchez Vicario. She had a little time to move around and play this one, and it's not often that Graf leaves a ball a little bit loose like that, short.
Sanchez Vicario has got nothing to lose at the moment in this set. She's down 5-1. She can be aggressive. She can swing it a few, hopefully get a service break here, then maybe be able to creep back into it. But right now, she can freewheel it. This is a set point for Graf. Missed it.
Juice.
You can hear vamos, vamos, vamos. There we go. All over from the Spanish fans for Sanchez Vicario. Oh, that's a great smash from that part of the court. Graf's got to be pretty happy with that one. She elected not to let it bounce.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you're running forward and playing a smash like this And the timing has got to be perfect, and it was.
Give her a little more confidence. It's now a set point. That'll do it for set number 2 from Graf. She comes through and wins the second set 6-1 after 57 minutes.
After her very long semifinal against Yana Novotná, during her interview, she refused to sit because she didn't want her back to stiffen up. And really, she's, I think, surprised herself at how well it has held up. It has been a very worrying thing for Graf for the last 8 or 9 months, her back. And that's the kind of thing that can come and go, and she has no forewarning.
And she doesn't want to have surgery either, does she?
No, I mean, absolutely not. It's a bone spur in the sacroiliac joint, and surgery would do no good. And it could very easily threaten her tennis career.
15 minutes.
Sanchez Vicario has served, I think, 2 aces now off the second serve,
yeah.
And they've both been out to the Graf forehand. Graf is looking to run around and play the forehand off that second serve, so it's a pretty smart tactic to take second serves to the Graf forehand. A couple of good smashes from Graf.
She's getting confident. She's on a roll with the forehand at the moment. The first set, lots of errors from that side. Topspin backhand, Betsy. That's only the second one, and it's called long. Sanchez Vicario does not like the call. It stands. Jane Tabor says no, it's long.
Well, it's very difficult to tell, but Sanchez Vicario often questions calls.
Yeah, she certainly does. She's a tough competitor. Opportunity now for Graf, 15:30 second serve. Sanchez Vicario has gone from 100% points won on first serves down to 69%. So it means that Steffi Graf's return of serve has improved somewhat. Break point now, opening game of set number 3.
Well, Sanchez Vicario got a little stuck there, and it was a mishit.
Juice.
That one jumped up pretty high. As we said, the courts are very hard. Weather's been good. Graf on that high forehand prepares very quickly, and it's a very jerky motion. It's a very late preparation. She misses a few of those. Juice.
Advantage, Miss Sanchez Vicario.
Sanchez Vicario, she doesn't miss those. She leads 1-0. This is now getting into a tough situation for both ladies. I'd now like to hand my microphone over to Tony Trabert.
All right, Fiery, thank you very much. Good job. Well, Betsy, in our opening, you said it was going to be a close match. I said I didn't think it was going to be a close match. I bow to you, and congratulations. You're absolutely right.
Shot from Graf. I just felt the conditions, as well as all the other factors, favored Sanchez Vicario. As we look at a replay of that passing shot, the ball is bouncing up nicely, and Sanchez Vicario is getting a very clean hit on all of her ground strokes.
But wouldn't you think Steffi liked it up there too, particularly on the forehand side?
Oh yeah, no question about that.
Graf has yet to serve an ace. She served 3 doubles. Ranch has 4 aces and 1 double. Well, again, we talk about how often she practices that topspin backhand, but seldom uses it in a match. She does right here.
Yeah, she used it a lot in the semifinal against Novotna. We know she can execute it. The technique is perfect.
Seemed like Graf got awfully close to that ball. It was in tight to her body. Wasn't necessary or desired.
Game is Graf.
Well, she got her first ace.
One game all, final set.
So that's the situation in the women's final. Sanchez Vicario thinks the ball is out over the baseline.
Love 15.
From Steffi Graf. We talk about the chasing abilities and skills of Sanchez Vicario, but look at this speed from Graf. The ball hardly bounced up, and Graf was still able to get there. She had her racket out nicely in front, right there.
And what a great volley that Sanchez Vicario made too, and it's love 30.
Love 40.
And now 3 break points for the #1 seed. That's out.
Game is Graf.
So Graf gets a break, and she leads 2-1. Final set. Movie, you'd have a gun on, perhaps. This gentleman has tennis balls on his hat here at the center court at Wimbledon, and hats are required today. It is hot outside, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day. And Steffi Graf is also hot at the moment. She's has a break, serving at 2-1 in the final set.
$15.
Well, some big groundies from Graf now are allowing her to start to really control the points early on.
She's serving a little better too, so she's getting some weaker, shorter returns. played that one poorly. Miss hit return by Rancha.
Yeah, and this one just sits here. Graf gets her in plenty of time, but she kind of hesitated, like she wasn't quite sure where she wanted to play that little backhand. I think she wanted to go cross court, and last minute decided to keep the ball out in front of her.
She got so close to her, she had to almost push it.
Right.
She couldn't make a stroke. It's wide, and it's now a break point for Sanchez Vicario.
Well, just a slight hesitation again. It looked like on the Graf forehand. It ticked the net, slowed the ball down a little bit. Sanchez Vicario got a good hit at the pass, so it's a break point.
Fourth double gives Sanchez Vicario the break back. It's 2-0 in the final set.
2 games all, final sets.
Betsy, I noticed at the French Championships that Steffi Graf, when she goes to serve, bounces that ball, and over at Paris, I counted up to 10 bounces. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah. I don't know whether that's nerves or what, but she never used to do that. You know, a couple bounces, fine. Now Rancha's bounced about 6 or 7 times. Good shot.
15.
Well, I mean, everything we've seen so far is this kind of thing. I mean, this match is Graf's to win. If she can cut down on the on-forced errors, it's hers. If she can't, Sanchez Vicario is going to throw back every single thing.
15.
Sanchez Vicario doesn't give anything away. And opponents know it and feel that pressure.
But Graf plays one gear. That's full steam ahead, doesn't she? She swings at everything. Right. And that's one, I think when she does have an off day, that's the big problem. She has nothing to go back to, not plan B. She just keeps firing, and if she's missing, she just keeps swinging away. Out.
30. First serve.
Graf's approach was good. Rancha's begging, but Steffi's shot was definitely good.
30-40.
This one coming up right here, Betsy.
Yeah, working her way in again, very deep on the approach, and another smash from Graf, and I think that's 9 winning smashes she's played in this match alone, and she's only had 9 coming into the championships.
Juice.
Well, Sanchez Vicario was serving and volleying on that point. She's mixed it up nicely.
She did it so well in her semifinal win over Conchita Martinez, and she was winning a very high percentage of points, 79% when she came into the net.
It's long.
Advantage with Sanchez Vicario.
Attempted the topspin passing shot, just barely went over the baseline. Sanchez Vicario didn't get her topspin cross court down low enough.
Well, making Graf show off her skills at the net, and again, Sanchez Vicario is throwing up the lob, and Graf has been so good on the overhead.
You know, people say, why do you lob? They just knock them all off, but at least you make the other person beat you. If you percentage-wise, you don't have a chance to make a good shot, and you hit the lob and hope that they might miss it.
Advantage with Sanchez Vicario.
Good grass court play by Graf. You'd like to see her do more of that. When she realized she had put her opponent in trouble, she came forward and took the ball in the air.
Juice.
That's the type of play we expect to see more from Graf. Take the second serve and really put Sanchez Vicario in trouble, as she is right now down at break point. But as you both pointed out earlier, the Sanchez has been getting a lot of first serves in, though it's tapered off some.
Juice. Put in a good first serve when she needed to then.
And then she had the courage to hit the two-hander with a lot of pace as well. She got herself in trouble, Rancha, against Martinez in the second set, when she had a 5-2 lead by getting tentative. But she's not done that here.
Looks like Graf got jammed on that forehand, and the reason
Advantage with Sanchez Vicario.
that she's so successful with running around that forehand is because of her, the backhand is because of her great footwork, and at times she just couldn't get around it. So break point saved. It's now game point for Sanchez Vicario.
Game, Sanchez Vicario.
Sanchez Vicario struggled but holds, leads 3-2, final set. First serves in. Rancha Sanchez Vicario was at 100%. Now she's at 67, which isn't bad. Graf at 59. Everything else is pretty even. And as you would expect, it's 2-3 in the third set, so things are even.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Sanchez Vicario had done a tremendous job of winning points when she got her first serve in. And her first serve percentage has dropped off a little bit, Sanchez Vicario.
15 love.
In the second set that Arantxa lost, she had game points on the 2 service games that she did lose. So things could have been very different.
Sanchez Vicario doesn't like the call. Graf closed in to make a simple volley. She could do that so much more frequently than she really does.
Good play from Sanchez Vicario. She points to her head as if to say, I need to do this more.
30-15.
Well, I mean, Sanchez Vicario really has great instincts at the net. She knows what to do with a volley, and her skills up there are so good. And Sanchez Vicario with an overhead, and she really does have one of the best overheads in the game and hasn't really been able to show it off too much today.
Another look at the smash and the reaction. Steffi's got to pick it up a little bit here because Arantxa's getting excited. 2-3, 30 all in the final set. Will Arantxa come in again behind the second serve?
I think she should.
Well, she had a chance to, based on the depth of her return, but she stepped around to drive the forehand and so wasn't really in a position to come on in behind it. Game point, Graf. Games are now 3-all.
3 games all.
A reminder that following this, the Woodies, Mark Woodford and Todd Woodbridge, play Rick Leach and Scott Melville. They're the United States in the men's doubles final, so stay with us. It should be some exciting, quick doubles following this final.
I feel like that last game was a very, very pivotal game for Sanchez Vicario. She had come back from 30 love Graf serving, and it was 30 all. And you sensed that Sanchez Vicario, as you mentioned, Tony, was starting to really get into it and be very demonstrative. But Graf has the ability to raise the level of her game.
She had a passing shot cold if she could make it. She was smiling to herself. This is that all-important 7th game that Fiery talks about all the time. Well, if you want a nice, well-played, close Wimbledon final, you have it right here. 3-all, 15-all final set.
First serve.
We've talked about their head-to-head rivalry.
30-15.
They've played each other 33 times. And early on in this head-to-head thing, the first 3 wins for Sanchez Vicario out of 18 were at Grand Slam tournaments. She got it.
Well, she read that all the way. You see the head start that Arantxa gets. Look here, Beth. She's already up there.
Yeah, she's in mid-court just about. So she got up there in plenty of time to have her choice of shots. So early on, Sanchez Vicario was sending a message to Steffi Graf that she could compete in big occasions.
Sanchez Vicario now leads 4 games to 3. Final set. 6th Wimbledon championship, her 17th Grand Slam singles crown overall, is in a heated battle with the #2 seed, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. That's the situation, 3-4 final set. Graf has won 31 straight matches this year.
She's had a phenomenal year considering her physical problems. She's played 5 tournaments, won them all. And maybe a costly error there for Graf. But Graf's first tournament of this year was played in Paris, and she had played 2 matches in the previous almost 6 months. And took a lot of time off after last year's U.S. Open when she hurt her back.
Look out here, lightning can strike quickly. 15-30. Mistake on that forehand volley. One of the few times she has served and volleyed.
Well, there's still so much that Graf can do to be a better tennis player, and that's one of the ways right there.
Well, we've talked about that for years, going to the net more. We talked about using her topspin backhand more.
And she's really doing both much more often in matches.
Another good heavy serve. She came in behind it. Made Sanchez Vicario try to make a passing shot on the return. Now has game point.
She's always been one of the gutsiest players playing the game, and probably hasn't been credited with that enough.
Game is gone.
Well, 3 big serves in a row get Graf to 4-all in the final set. The thing about Steffi serving going in, Arantxa can't just block the ball down the middle of the court, just get it in and start the point.
Start your day with cereal.
Get away from Steffi, so then she's going to make more mistakes.
Exactly, and Sanchez Vicario feels pretty comfortable blocking the return back, and she's holding up the new balls.
I'm going to find out whose nerves are the best, I think, next few games. It's wide.
15 love.
Well, both players have done some serving and volleying, which is terrific because they had not done that. They don't do it a lot. Ace number 5 for Sanchez Vicario. Takes her to 40 love. And Graf is in the difficult spot of always serving from behind in this final set. Another ace, another good serve, and an excited Sanchez Vicario now leads 5-4, final set.